You're what's good with y'all, man? D Rose the Gray here. I'm dropping some jewels today for you guys, man. I'm giving away some sauce, some real good sauce and tips on how to dominate the transfer portals. This works for all programs, all schools. It don't matter if you're a two-star, three-star, four-star, five-star program. Now, of course, there's still gonna be levels to it. Like in certain players, you're not gonna be able to get just because you're a small school, but you can still dominate the transfer portal. You might not get the high star players, but you're gonna get some really good players that can help contribute to winning. So I'm not gonna drag the video out, man. Let's get into it. So at first, we want to get to we want to get to this players leaving stage. This is where you do a majority of your, what I'm gonna say is the scouting. This is what we're getting into, the scouting aspect of it, right? So during the players leaving stage, you can actually see who has a high chance of leaving or staying at the program they're at, right? So now some schools you might get players so like if you're in an online dynasty, there might be some teams where they only might get like four persuasions. If you look on the top right, I have eight persuasions. I didn't play any of these games. I just sent to the transporter stage, right? You we got 8 out of 8 persuasion chances, so we can only go after 8 guys we want to try to convince to come back, right? Now we know a guy like Kevin Concepcion, he's probably out of there, just because of that. That's a round two draft class. A plus, maybe if he was an A minus, he probably consider. But seeing that we're a whole grade off, I wouldn't even waste my persuasion on him. But that's not the point. I'm just gonna use it on a few players, and I'm gonna show you what's the sauce, right? So we're gonna try to persuade. He's not been persuaded. Marcel Reed left too. It's crazy. Marcel Reed always leaves. You gotta playing time. Damn, we didn't get any of these guys, right? But you look at the if you look on the right, it tells you what their persuasion chances on the right. Extremely low, very low, medium. Sometimes it says none, extremely low. So you'll get those type of A6B. That's nasty. That's nasty, right? So he decided to stay. So if you see when you do your persuasions, everybody that's in your league, it will alert you if you go to their team. So let's say I have a user in my league that has Texas, and he does his persuasion chance. It will show me who's staying and who's leaving on his team, right? So you already know. All right, this guy's leaving. All right, let's say Colin Simmons is out. Quintrevion Wiseman is out. Well, that's pro draft, so he's gonna either go to the draft or stay on the team. So we're not gonna really count him. We're gonna say Colin Simmons, Archman, and I don't know, Trevor Goolsby, these type of guys, right? DeAndre Moore Jr., stuff like that, right? These type of guys that are lead for playing style, championship contender, stuff like that, right? As long as it's not pro draft, you should have somewhat of a chance to get them, depending on the team you are, depending on your deal breakers, what their deal breaker is, and stuff like that, how high your grade is for their deal breaker. But the big thing too about this is you wanna go look at what school you got. So in one of my leagues, I have Texas A&M, right? I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you exactly what it is. Uh, so I have Texas A&M. I'm gonna go Texas A&M pipeline. We can go. This is my website that I like to use. You can go collegefootball.gg. They have some pretty good tools. They got some. They got what's the what? You got the hard sell calculator. I like using the recruiting insight engine a lot. I use that a lot. Sometimes I go look at the abilities to see how many points it takes to put up an ability when I'm trying to decide on my manual upgrades. But we're not going to get into all that right now. We're just looking at the pipeline, right? So this is Texas A&M. They have Southwest Texas, East Texas, North Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Central Florida, South Florida, so forth, so forth, right? You can see the tier levels of their pipelines as well. So we already know if it's a guy, let's say East Texas, Southwest Texas, mainly the 3, 4, and 5 tier pipelines. Those are the ones that you probably, if you got 3, 4, or 5, those are guys you probably definitely want to go after if you see them in the transfer portal. But this is what I'm gonna show you right here. This is how you see. So it's not based off where, because a lot of people are probably gonna think it's based off where the player is playing at or whatever, or where he's from. Like you see this guy says Chicago, Illinois. His pipeline might actually beat Texas or something like that, right? Well, his pipeline is actually Illinois, but let me see, a guy like let me see. A lot of these guys are from Texas, but sometimes it's a little different, right? But because it's not always the same. The pipeline is not always the same one. But Colin Simmons, right? His pipeline is North Texas, so we know as Texas A&M, we have that North Texas pipeline. You guys can see it right there. So I know that's a guy that I will definitely want to go after, and this is what I like to do. I got like a little doc sheet or whatever for me writing down the players that I like. So let's say a guy like Colin Simmons, I'll go look at his attributes and write down the key things that I like about it, right? Most of the guys, I usually go after a certain type of player at each position. Like for DTs, I'm usually gonna go after a pure power or power rusher because I like getting that pocket disruptor. And I like that inside disruptor as well from the pure power guys. Um, so I'll write down what I like. Okay, so look, this guy like John Walker, he has 87 platinum pocket. He has inside disruptor. If I put a question mark, that means he doesn't have it now, but he'll potentially get it just looking at his skill cap. So, um, let me try to find a different guy. Right? I don't remember what team some of these players are on, but this is what I use for my online league. The league that I'm in right now, this is like a dummy league. Um, so a guy like Trey White, he has platinum quick jump, pocket. Oh my god, I can't even speak right now. Pocket disruptor and platinum the rest, and his speed will be 84 to 80 to 88, right? So this is what I like to do. So this is how I actually write it down, right? So Trey White, and this helps for 2 stars too, because a lot of these guys that you find that are like really really good, they might be 2-star players. So this Trey White guy that goes to San Diego State, he's a 2-star, but he's Southern Cal, so we know we won't start on his big board. But since he's a 2-star player, he'll most likely start out as like an open player, and a lot of the 4-star player, like a lot of the big programs, won't even be on his board because he's a 2-star player. Like the guys that most of the big, oh my god, I'm watching something else. Sorry. Most of the big teams like Texas, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, their board is usually gonna be filled with the 4 and 5-star guys. They're not really going after the 2 stars and 3-star guys in the portal. So those are the teams like I said, the smaller programs like maybe a UCF, maybe a Cal, because let me see. Southern Cal is his thing. Maybe a Cal, maybe what's another West Coast team? Maybe a UNLV might have Southern California on their pipeline, and this would be a perfect guy for you to take that nobody really notices because he's a 2-star athlete. So these are the type of guys that you need to be looking at. Look, another guy right here, Kalon Ellis, however you say his name. He has gold strong grip. These are like key abilities that help your team. I personally don't like going after raw strength players too much, but if they're already built, if I don't have to do the building and waste a million player attribute points, then I'll gladly take this and put this guy, maybe like keep him at guard or put him at center. I like having the raw strength players at the guard or center just for the run game, so you don't get too many block sheds and stuff like that. Like the inside, he has inside shield. So let's take a look at where he's from. He has the Hawaii pipeline. There's probably not too many schools with that pipeline. And he's a 2-star athlete, so he's going to be a guy that you're not going to see Alabama or Georgia or Ohio State going after. So if you're a smaller program, he'll probably usually start out as a open, like on his ability. He won't even start out, excuse me, at like at down to his top 8, because a lot of the 4-star players, 5-star players, they usually start with a top 8 as soon as you get into the portal. So um that's why I said this is perfect for if you guys are willing to sweat it out. If you guys are willing to sweat it out, you can go through and find a bunch of these players now, especially if they're user teams. Like if like let's say a team like Texas is usually going to have a user on it, right? If you're in a regular dynasty league where you can pick any team, you can see the actual development trait on these players. But since I have Texas A&M, I'll show you the guys. So on mine, you can see impact, star. impact. So you know who to go after already. So if you do your homework, you can find some really good gems. And some of these guys that might be leaving the big programs, they might actually be 3 stars as well too, and they won't be getting a bunch of uh, big programs with high prestige going after them. So I'll definitely love like if I look. Let me see. I think this guy no. Let me see. Bussey's pretty good. 94 speed, sophomore. He's already kind of built up, right? Let's look. Oh, he's a 5 star player though, so he's gonna be sought after easily. Right? He's gonna start out on probably Texas. Let me see. Yeah, he's gonna start out on Texas, probably Baylor, all those type of schools in the South. He's probably gonna start on a pipeline just because he has that East Texas pipeline. So this is the type of guy you probably wouldn't want to go after if you're a smaller school, but if you're a bigger school and you got that pipeline, you definitely will love this type of guy. So this is what I also do, right? So when I write down the names and I write down the attributes, the significant attributes of what they got, if they're in the pipeline of the school I have, I will put a one next to their name, so I know when. Because most of the time, you usually have a time limit, right? So if you're playing in an online dynasty, I know like mine's for instance, I do a 20 minute for the week one transfer portal, right? So this helps me a lot, right? Because you got 20 minutes to try to get as many people on your board as possible that you actually want to go after. You don't have time to be looking for the. You don't have time to be looking for the for the attributes. You don't want to have to waste all that time using points to see what their star rating is, their attributes and everything like that. See if they're a hidden gem. You would already know. You would already know what the attributes are if you did your homework before the transfer portal. All right. So that's why I said I like going through each of these teams. Now, me specifically, I'm usually only going to go after certain players that I probably need. So like if I have a team like Texas A&M, uh, and I know Marcel Reed is going to stay. Let's say Marcel Reed would have stayed, and I already recruited a high school quarterback. I'm probably not going to put all my focus on trying to get like an archman and out the transfer portal. I'm going to try to find positions that I need. So like, for example, I do actually have Texas A&M in the online dynasty. I'm gonna show you guys my team in a quick second. So like some of the guys, like you see, I didn't go after no quarterbacks, running backs. I was losing a few guys, so I went after Jaheim White. I got him. He ended up finishing at 97 speed. So if I put 94 to 96, that means their skill cap usually means so if I put 94 to 96, like let's say you'll see a few attributes say 93 to 97 on a few guys like this right here. That's because right at the time being, their speed is let's say 93. Right, I'm gonna go off Cam Coleman. Cam Coleman's speed is 93, but he has four available upgrades on the quickness that can get him to at least a 97 speed. Now sometimes they jump up 2 attributes, so it might end up being like a 99. It might end up getting to 99 speed just because you have those two lucky attribute jumps. But I like doing that, so I know what I'm going after. Sometimes, like if it's like important stuff, like something that stands out, like I'm gonna show you with this corner. I went after this Oregon corner, right? He wasn't in my pipeline, but he was 6'4", so I made sure to put that. Yeah, 90. He'll have 91 to 94 speed. He has silver jammer. I think for me, he ended up getting silver blanket coverage, and he ended up finishing at like 96 speed. So imagine a 6'4" corner at 96, 97 speed. It's insane. That's insane, bro. Like you got a really good corner, 6'4", jumping out the gym and everything like that. So that's what I like doing, especially when I was at Pitt. I had a league where I had Pitt. Oh my God, I was going after so many 3 star guys in the portal because I wasn't even gonna waste my time trying to get these 4 star, 5 star demons when I could get these 3 star guys that have similar attributes. Some of them might be high overall too. Like they're just 3 stars, so they don't start out high on a lot of the big teams recruiting boards or on the interest rate. I'm saying interest rate like it's what I'm trying to say. But they don't start high on the interest. So another thing, this is what you need to do too. When you're going after certain players, let's say I'm just going specifically after corners. I'll go look. I like seeing the guys that already have their their uh their abilities up already, so I don't have to waste points on it. Like a guy like Brevion Rogers who's leaving. I wouldn't have to spend that many points on his abilities to make him go up. I would just really be spending stuff on the attributes. So I like to go into their ratings as well, go see what I could put up. So I can get 6 point. I got 7 points to put up this man coverage. I can see he'll go up 94, 95 speed, maybe potentially 97 if he gets 2 jumps. Then we can get the zone. Okay, like his skill caps aren't the greatest, but he's already at 86 overall. So it doesn't even really matter to me. If I can get the hands to go up and I could possibly get like a house call, stuff like that. I like seeing the skill caps because if let's say his man coverage was already maxed out and his zone coverage was maxed or his quickness was already maxed out. I don't really like 93 speed corners. My corners, I kind of need them to be 95 and higher. Like I'm really not going after any corner that doesn't have 95 plus speed or can't get 95 plus speed or higher in the transfer portal because a lot of guys understand how to build their team. They'll go after the speedster receivers that got 98 speed, gold takeoff, platinum takeoff. So you have to actually make sure you're going after guys that can fit your scheme or what you like to do. So that's how I go about it. It's just simple. Like I said, I can sim. Let me see something real quick. I'm gonna go to Oregon actually, right? We're gonna go to Oregon. Let's see if he's actually leaving Oregon. Cause I had him in this. I was going based off another dynasty I had. So okay, that corner's not leaving on this. That corner's not leaving. Laleo, however you say his name. But okay, Devon Jackson playing style. Let's see if he's a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. I'll use a 4-star. But you know what makes it even better, honestly? I could just do it with the Trey White guy, right? So I'm not gonna drag this video out too much longer, but we're gonna go ahead and transfer to. We're gonna go ahead and advance to the transfer portal. I'm gonna show you guys. So it's some 2-star, 3-star gems. We're gonna look at that San Diego State team. I'm Texas A&M, so it probably doesn't really do much for me. But let's look. Let's go to the transfer portal. Oh crap! Fat fingering the goddamn thing. Let's go to Edge. And now, since I know his name is Trey White, we could just do it. We could just search about this. And if it doesn't pop up here, then we'll probably just end up going to all states or whatever. Okay, Trey White. Oh, we're actually locked out. He's actually a 4-star on here. Ooh, so they upgraded him from the 2-star to the 4-star. Guess because of the attribute. But let's go take a look at the guard. I forgot his name. But we can actually search about school, so it doesn't matter. The Kalon Ellis dude. Oh, we got 35. Got 35 recruits. Come on. Just want to show you. And we already know his attributes, so we wouldn't even have to waste. We wouldn't even have to waste any points trying to scout what the guy is. And let me see what he was again. I think he was a 3-star. Oh no, he was a 4-star too. He ended up being a 4-star too. I think they might have actually upgraded it too. Cause I know before it used to just be 3-star, based on I guess what their initial rating was, but they actually boosted him up to a 4-star. But point still stands though. It still will be you will still find some 3-stars here at this level, right? So we already know he has a 95 strength. We already know he's built up to be already. We already know what his attributes was. So because we looked it up beforehand, and this would be a guy that you can steal later down the line, and nobody will be on him. Like I'm pretty sure but trust me, I've done this a lot of times. You can find a bunch of 3-star, 2-star players to help your team. Now, what I will say is I really don't. In my first 2 seasons, I don't really like going after the 2-star and 3-star players because if you guys, I can get into another video, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's all over YouTube about the best coaching packages to go after. But I like getting an elite recruiter, right? And in order to have elite recruiter, you got to finish with a top 5 class 2 years in a row. So if you didn't dominate the high school recruiting, and then you try to go after a bunch of 2 and 3-star players, as a small school, well, I mean as a bigger school, then it's gonna hurt you from getting the recruiter package. But if you're at a smaller school and you don't care, you just care about just having the best players possible to win, then all go for it. If you didn't dominate the high school recruiting class, so uh, but that's all I was getting after. I don't really want to drag this video out too much longer. I'm just letting you guys know, man. This is what I do almost every transfer portal to get a elite team, bro. Elite team. Now I'll actually go and show you guys my team real quick. Some of the guys I got out the transfer portal, and then we're gonna end the video like that. I'll show you quick. So this is my Texas A&M online dynasty. I run an online dynasty. So this is mine right here. I have Texas A&M. You guys can see number 9 team. I'm 4-2. Fluky losses, you know. So look at the running back right here. I end up getting Jaheim White, Platinum Shifty. Mind you, this is from recruiting. I mean, I already knew Jaheim White because I watched college football. I already knew he was nice already. But it just made it so that I didn't have to do like super recruiting to see what the attributes was, and I could end up spending those points on visits and stuff like that. So I ended up getting Chris Johnson Jr. as well, 98 speed running back. Got some contact seeker. These are my high school recruits, but wide receiver I ended up getting C.J. Smith out of the transfer portal, 95 speed, goal takeoff. I think that's the only one I got out the transfer portal as far as receivers go. I don't think I really got too many guys out the on O-line. But here we go on D-line, excuse me, DT. I got this guy right here, Sophia, however you say his name. Sevilla, excuse me. Marcus Dale. Look, platinum inside disruptor, gold grip breaker, silver pocket disruptor, gold inside disruptor. I need these guys to help me stop the run. Them inside zones. Them inside zones be giving me hell. Who else we got? We got Josiah Trotter. And I'll show you guys the names. You guys can hear the names that I'm saying. I'll show you on the list. And then Xavier Atkins. This was another guy that I got out the transfer portal. He ended up being 87 speed. Got gold knockout. It's a dog. Then Gentry Williams. And getting house call, gold, silver blanket coverage. And this is the Lalia dude that I got 6'4" from Oregon. Silver jammer, silver house call. Did I get Ox? No, nah, I didn't get him out there. I might have got, was Pedal with it? I'm trying to think. Was this guy already on my team or did I get him out the transfer portal? But we'll go look real quick and then we're going to end the video. So you guys can see some of the corners. I got Lalia from Oregon right here. I'll show you guys 6'4", 91 to 94 speed. I like writing just simple things. I don't need to write every single thing because I'm not trying to have 5,000 pages to scroll through just because I'm writing down every single attribute. Gentry Williams, I didn't end up finishing it. I think I ended up forgetting about it, but 97, 98 speed, that's all I need to see. This was another 6'4", 6'4" guy. I said I was going to change him to safety. Like, I just put little tidbits like that, just because he wasn't going to be but so fast, and I'm like, but he's 6'4" though. Like, if I can get a 6'4" zone corner, and he'll probably end up getting a lot of things like robber and stuff like that, or possibly ball hawk, I would definitely want to put him to safety. We end up getting, so like I said, it's only these 2 corners I end up getting. The linebackers, Josiah Trotter, put platinum wrap up, gold aftershock, gold blow up. I like those a lot, does help stop the run. Then for outside linebacker, Xavier Atkins, 87 speed, platinum KO, plat robber, gold house call question mark. I put the question mark if he doesn't have it already, but he could potentially end up getting it. So just from looking at his skill cap. So with that being said, man, we're gonna end the video. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and this is how you dominate the transfer portal, man. It takes some time, but if you got some free time to go spend maybe an hour or so just looking at certain positions, man, go do it, man. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.